Hi everyone, it's Terry. I apologize, I have on my old glasses, and I know they have a glare on them. I can see it. There it is. Um, Not terrible, but... So today, I actually just recorded this and said I did 3 creations, but I actually did 4. I'm going to do a burlap flower, and I stole the idea from Creations by Favi. And I absolutely love this flower. This flower is so beautiful, just adorable. And I did, I made a planter where I use burnt umber and black and my mixture of water. Just a note, I'll show you it's a jug of distilled water, but it's really not. It's just tap water. But anyways, I mix that together and it acts like a stain, kind of, without the stickiness and the gooiness. So when you mix that and it's really runny, and you put it on your wood, it kind of soaks in a little bit, but you can still see the beauty of the wood. That's the best part, is that when you use your paint mixed with water like that, it kind of soaks in, so it doesn't cover up. It leaves your wood the way it is. So when I make this planter, um, after I'm done, you can see the grain in the wood. You can see the lines, and it's really pretty. One thing I did that was a little excuse me, that was a little different, is at the end of it, which I lost the footage. I have no idea why. I have no idea where it went. I know I recorded it, but anyway, I have the word family that I'm not sure where I got it from. It could have been the Dollar Tree, but I painted it white, and it contrasts against that burnt umber and black color, my color, my favorite color for wood. But it contrasts against that, and I think that it pulls it off, that it makes it look good. I thought, if I paint this, the burnt umber color, it's just going to blend in. It's going to kind of get lost in it, but I think you'll see that it contrasts it, and I think it makes it look really nice. That's just me. Let me know what you think, in the comments. If it's your first time watching me, please consider hitting the like and the subscribe button. YouTube, bases everything on likes, and subscribes. So I am not monetized. I am nowhere near monetized. I think I have 10 subscribers maybe, which is great because I haven't been doing that this long. Doing this that long. But okay, so anyway, I also did a basket. I finally found the Dollar Tree baskets that I didn't even know that they had. I went to a different store that I'd never been to, and I found some of their baskets. I grabbed up 3 of them. They had a bunch. And anyways, I did this, and I don't like it. I'm not a basket fan. I never have been into baskets, but when I got it done, I'm like, I don't like the black with the twine, I guess. But I mean, everybody is different. Everybody likes what they like. Let me know what you think. And then at the end, I did the cross. I did my cross. It's kind of my signature cross, where I crackle the paint. And I know I already had a video of doing the cross, but this one is more right to the point. There's no talking. It'll be me talking, doing a voiceover, but there's not a lot of wasted time in it. I just did it. I did a little bit of a time lapse on it to so you can see. Oh shoot, I just remembered. I took the cross off of this video. I don't want to re-record this, so I'm going to put the cross on a different video with another compilation video. Sorry about that. Anyway, Anyways, I hope you enjoy the video. Please give me a thumbs up if you like it. If you don't, don't. But thank you so much for watching. Okay, so here you need some burlap, and you need some twine, and a Sharpie and scissors. Oh, and a circle. Um, you can make these as big or small as you want. This is the cardboard piece from an athletic tape roll that I had to use on my thumb because I have trigger finger. But anything will do. The top of that paint bottle sitting there would do just fine also. So you're going to make these circles, and I tried it two different ways. I tried cutting the circles out and then gluing the twine on, and then I tried gluing the twine on, oh, and hot glue, you need hot glue, gluing the twine on first and then cutting them out, and that was definitely the easier way to handle the circles that you end up with. So here I'm just going to cut the twine up. Well, I'm going to experiment first. Then I'm going to cut the twine off by how many pieces that I need. And I will speed the video up here in a few, but I want to make sure that we know, you get a good idea of what's going on. So I'm going to cut up some twine, and it looks pretty boring. But this burlap flower, as soon as I had seen this, I knew that I had to make them. I knew that this was the flower that I wanted. So it's kind of a pain in the butt, but it's totally worth the time to do. Yeah, I'm just folding it over where I know, approximately how much twine I need. It's not an exact measurement. It's just a ballpark, and it actually turns out to be pretty decent. So I got that big roll of twine at Hobby Lobby, and not twine, burlap. And you can see the unicorn horn on it, where one of the dogs got a hold of it and thought it would be nice to try to chew it up, and so they somehow or another pulled that center out. Excuse me. And that's what it ended up looking like. But I had a million uses I was going to use that burlap for, and I've had it since before Christmas and have barely used it. But I still have a million uses for it. I just haven't got around to those things that I was going to use it for. I think mostly wreaths. I love that I can make wreaths, but once I start doing them, I get tired of it, I guess, because I think a part of me thinks that I'm not good at it, so it's my own self-esteem or whatever that causes me, to feel like it's a futile attempt at something. So, okay, so anyways, you're going to take your glue and you're going to glue it around the circles, and then you're going to cut that out, and then I'll show you how to fold it up to make a flower petal out of it. This is just like I said, this just turns out so gorgeous. Um, Once I did it, then I had to put it on my crosses. Some of my crosses, I still do the raffia bows on them, or flowers on them also. So yeah, you'll see me. I burned my fingers quite a few times here, but it's worth it. No, it's not worth it burning yourself, but I mean, I barely do. You know, hot glue's hot, and sometimes you just touch it quick and roll it around on your fingers. You're going to see me doing that a lot. Just be really, really careful. They do have those finger protectors, and I saw them at the Dollar Tree. And I actually bought some, but they're not big enough for my fingers. My fingers are just a little bit too big, so I ended up, okay, so here you see me folding it, then you put just a touch of glue down at the base and squeeze it together, and this is where I end up with the glue on me. You know, you see me pulling back quick and running my fingers together trying to get it off. But I've ended up with some pretty good blisters out of those. But anyways, those finger protectors, so I ended up cutting the sides of one of them just to realize that they don't work at all that way. They have to be intact or they're not going to work. They just fall off my fingers, so they're either too tight or they're too big. So here I'm going to cut a circle out and try doing it that way to see if that's easier, but it's not, because the burlap doesn't hold its shape. Once you cut it off, it doesn't stay in a circle. So but I went ahead and tried it just for the knowledge of which way works the best. And it's definitely better to put your twine on while they're still on the burlap as a whole. So it's time consuming, this flower is. It's time consuming, but like I said, it's such a pretty flower. I'll be using this. I'll be doing this a lot, putting them on everything. That's what's going to happen. People are going to get sick of seeing this flower because I'm going to use it on everything. But it turns out really well. I absolutely adore it. So yeah. I try to put some background music there. I was giving you the thumbs up. Try to put some background music on here, but the problem is that they keep hitting me with this copyright thing on YouTube. Even when I use music from my video editor, it'll pick out so many seconds. I think the longest was 7 minutes once, and the shortest was 7 seconds, where it says that I'm in copyright. I have a copyright issue, and it can't be right. I mean, I don't know who checks those, if it's just an automated system that listens for similarities, maybe. I'm not sure. But yeah, the 7-second one was just ridiculous. The 7-minute one, now I did have copyright because I had music playing in the background. And that, you know what, I understand. That was, I just didn't think about it. I didn't know. I didn't think about it. So, but yeah, to use so many minutes of a song and say, hey, you copyright, you have a copyright infringement, but the whole song played, and you're only picking out 7 seconds of that song. It just doesn't make sense. But what do I know? Okay, so here I put them all together finally, and cut them all apart. And now I'm going to make the flower for you. Then I'm going to put it on a cross. I don't think I glue it on the cross. Do I glue it on the cross? I can't remember. But It looks really pretty on the cross when I put it on there. So I have a bunch of crosses that I made that people really love them. So I've sold 5 of them, I think, but I don't advertise them. I'm going to set up in a flea market and see how they do there. I think that they might do well. Yeah, you see my flower there looks a little bit uneven. I got 4 petals all. There you go. There we go. Make a nice flower. And then you're going to need one piece that's smaller, like a smaller circle, to go in the center there. And eventually I did buy some of those pearl, I don't know what you call them, out of the flower section of the Dollar Tree. And I put the pearl in the center. So that's my purple cross there. I think it's a dark blue underneath the purple, and then I crackled the paint by using school glue, which I have a video that shows you how to do that. Actually, I have 2 videos. I need to upload one because it's a little bit more straightforward, straight to the point. But I'm going to put that in a compilation video also, because I've done a couple of other things that I can put together with them. But sometimes I have a lot of fun crafting. Sometimes it's just making something and being proud of it. And then there's other times when I make stuff and I don't think it's good enough, or I just don't like it, or whatever. But I realize that when it comes to my own things, I'm a perfectionist. Other people probably don't see the things that I see when I finish something, and I'm sure that's true with everybody, or maybe most people. Not all of us have low self-esteem, but I think we do overpick our own work. So anyways, yeah, I put 6 of them together, and you can do them however you want. You can put 5 of them together, 8 of them together. You can do it however you want. So it looks really, really good on that cross. I think, anyway. Oh, here we go. I'm actually going to glue it on. I couldn't remember if I glued it on there or not. So it's definitely pretty enough to be on there. And then later I end up, not on that one, but later I end up putting pearls on them when I'm done with them. So here we go with my planter. So I used the burnt umber, a small dab, just a small dab of black, and water. And I mix that up really well. Those containers right there from the Dollar Tree are the best. I have not had one leak on me at all. So I can't get, oh, that's the burnt umber. Say the black, I end up not being able to get the black out, and I have to find a different black, and I use a paintbrush to put it in there. Then I end up shaking it. But anyways, those containers, when you shake it up, you get the stuff up on the lid there. You can see the lid. But when you shake it, it really gets up on there. Then after that rolls down into the groove of the lid, when you go to put the lid back on it, then you'll get some whatever moved down into that groove. You'll get that on the outside of the container, so you'll have to wipe it off. But I can shake the heck out of them, and I don't get any leaks. The only time it leaks is when something gets in the groove of that container. So here I'm just putting a little bit of black in there and mixing it around a little bit just to get the black down off the side of the container, basically. So, and then I'm going to add water, and like I said, it's going to say distilled water, or distilled drinking water, or purified drinking water, I don't know. But it's not, it's just plain tap water. And I just use a cap full of water to try not to get too much. If I do, I just add more paint. But for me, if I try to just dump the water in it, I get way too much, so I just use capfuls. But like I said before, this kind of soaks into the wood, and you can still see the grain of the wood, which is absolutely what's beautiful about wood. So it's absolutely the best thing. So anyway, yeah, so I'm gonna mix that together and then set it aside while I measure out my pieces here. So what I need excuse me. Sorry, when I use my inhaler, it causes me to get this raspiness in my voice, and it just like, it's phlegm, it just sits there. But anyway, so double. What I planned on doing with my planter here is I measure up how high to. So on the ruler at the bottom where the 1 is, you'll see the measurement doesn't start for about a 1/16 of an inch. But when you're measuring something just to get the height, you don't have to have you don't have to know that it's basically 2 inches and 2 and 9/16. You don't need to know that. You just need to know how high it is. So you can basically just use a plain piece of wood. Just set it up there, mark it, and cut it. You don't have to have, a ruler or whatever. So, anyway, I'm going to get to sanding. I'm just sanding the rough edges off. I cut these off with my scroll saw, and now I'm just going to get the rough edges off. I actually I kind of round them off a little bit around the edges, but you don't have to. I don't even think you're going to notice that in the end. But I do like to, make sure it's splinter free and just, a little smooth. So, and then be sure always before you paint to dust your area off. You don't want dust laying there when you're getting ready to paint. So, I like this dark. When I start staining here, you'll see how dark it is. And then I actually did use a wipe, and I don't show the wipes. It's not a baby wipe or a butt wipe. It's just an antibacterial wipe I got for like 39 cents from a store in Kendallville. But I do actually wipe just to see what it's like afterwards, and it's alright. It's okay. It does lighten it up a little bit. If that's what you want, then I messed up on the video. Here we go again. I don't know how that happened. Oh my goodness, Terry. He's probably gonna do that a couple more times, because I can see I tried to split the video. Oh no, I hope it don't do this. Well, if it does, you're never gonna hear this. So anyway, try to get these stained up, and it takes forever. A lot of thinking time. I have my music blasting, thinking about life and how unfair it is, probably, because that's me. I don't have very many minutes go by that I don't think about my children, especially when I'm listening to music. I think about, the older boys and the music we used to listen to, the things that we used to do together, and, especially before their dad and I split. But those things just weren't meant to be. But then when I when I think about the younger kids, when I'm listening to the 90s music, 90s up into well, 2019, I think about the younger boys, and the two younger boys, the ones that passed away, and it's hard not to be sad about it. You know, if I feel like somebody erased my 90s, took my whole 90s away. See, you can see where it's lightening up that wood. And okay, good. I'm just so glad it didn't replay that. But there's still two more chances I can see where I split the videos. I'm just not very good at it. So anyways, there's my wood pieces that I cut, and I'm trying to make sure that I center them. So I use the wood glue in the center, and then the hot glue on the sides. So hot glue and wood glue don't mix when they touch each other. The wood glue cools the hot glue off, so you don't have time to set it. So anyways, I take the one box, as you can see, and that's going to be the one that sets up higher than the other two. So just try to make it even, try to keep it even in the box. Oh boy did I mess this one up, but I think it's going to do it again too. Oh my goodness, Terry, what did I do? Oh, I don't want to have to redo this because I've already redone it, and when I went to finish the video, it did not finish for some reason. Well, I had to do it, and I finished the video. It starts to do whatever it does. It processes. I have to go out, let the dogs up, do dishes, fix supper, whatever. Then when I come back down, I just assumed it was done, but for some reason it was not. It says it's done, but then when you go to play it, it says it's not available, so it obviously did not do right. So, I guess I'm going to have to fix this. Okay, so I think I fixed. It keeps replaying the same thing over, and I know it's doing it. I took one of them out, but hopefully this one plays all the way through to the end. I did lose a piece of the video where I took the family and I paint the word family and I painted it white, and then I attached it to the front of this planter with a burlap flower. So hopefully this will take me through to that. Okay, there's what it looked like. Sorry about that, everybody. Okay, so here's my basket, which I don't like, but this is how we did it. I took and I unraveled the 3 pieces of the rope. I think it was 4 pieces, and just started going around in a circle around the basket. Yeah, and it was unraveling the rope. This is the first time I've ever done that. It's kind of difficult. It did not want to unravel. It wanted to keep twisted. It wanted to stay twisted. But eventually I worked it and I got it. So let's see. Yeah, so anyways, I'm just going to wind it around, wind it, and just down. I didn't have any particular measurement that I wanted to go to. I just did it for a while until it looked good, and till I decided, hey, that's good enough. So hopefully I get some good fast forward here because that's a lot of talking. So this video's 44.5 minutes long. That's a lot of talking to do. So yeah, here I am unraveling. Thought I would show some of it. It's a pain in the butt. It really is. So here's I'm showing you where I ended one and started another. It was really easy. This was really easy to do. Um, and I think, if I wouldn't have painted that black thing on there, maybe it do it in brown, or even the burnt umber color would have been maybe better than the black. And maybe only do two sides, like the sides where the handles are, maybe. But when you do this, you're going to find the center of your basket. So you're going to go right underneath your twine, and you're going to mark it right at the half point, and then go down at the bottom and mark that right at the half point. And obviously the basket gets bigger at the top, so you'll have two different measurements from the top to the bottom, but the half is the half. So just find the half of both of those, and then you're going to put your tape on. So what I did was I found the half up there, and then I came down at the bottom, and I found the half down at the bottom. I drew a really light pencil line down there, which doesn't matter if it was light or not because you're going to paint it black. But you make sure that your tape is down. I bled through it, absolutely bled. And let's see, yeah. So when you do start to paint, make sure that you don't paint towards your tape. Paint away from the tape. Start at the tape and paint forward so that you don't push the paint up underneath that tape. So yeah, here I am finding the center, trying to set this up so that you can see. I mark it sometimes when I have a lot of measuring to do. I mark it right on my ruler. Since I use pencil, I can just go and erase that after I'm done. And sometimes you'll see my ruler with a bunch of marks on it. So I'm just showing you that it's half. Yeah, I'm just showing you, make sure that it's half, and then, draw your line down. Because that's where you want your tape to meet up at the top. The bottom really doesn't matter, but it's easier to find the center if you have it in two different places. So, I don't know, I guess. That's what I was thinking. Maybe. Maybe it is, maybe it isn't. To me, it just seemed like the right way to do it. Oh, and there I messed up, so obviously. Had the trusty eraser out. But like I said, you're going to be painting it black, so you won't see your pencil mark anyway. So, you see, these baskets aren't the thickest things in the world, and I think that's why I bled so bad on there. You can see the gaps in between, and I think my paint got up into those gaps and just bled on through. The first side that I did worked out really well. It didn't bleed at all, but after that, yeah, you see I'm going right up to the center point there. You wouldn't even have to go all the way up, I guess. It's all in beauty's in the eye of the beholder. So you can do them however you want. So yeah, because the black paint is afterwards. I showed you which colors that I use to touch up over the basket, but I can't remember what they were because I have this stupid thing I do where I put my stuff away when I'm done with it. and I should have wrote it down and I didn't, and I apologize for that, but I did find a color that actually matched by trial and error. I used um, one of the colors was, I think, a warm buff and maybe a little bit of yellow, but I'm not 100% certain. But I mixed up two different ones, and the first one was too, I think it was too yellow, so I had to warm it up a little bit, kind of tone it down. Sorry if my voice went out there. I walked out of the room for a second. So anyway, it was kind of trial and error on that. And see, I'm making sure that I get that tape down. Excuse me. Even though it did, it did bleed through. I tried. I really did try. So, and brush away from the tape. And it's where I went back in. That's probably where I leaked the most, was where I tried to, touch it up to make sure, maybe a grayer, I don't know, a browner color, I guess, would have been better, I think, than the black. I don't know, like I said, maybe some people like it. I just didn't care much for it. Now, I did see Holly from Hot Humble Pie. I think she did a basket similar to this, if I'm not mistaken. It was her. It's been a while. Yeah, I'm showing you, it bled through to my fingers. My fingers were underneath. It bled right through to my fingers. But anyways, I think she did a basket similar. I'm not 100% certain though. It's been a long time. I watched so many videos for inspiration, really. Sometimes people from YouTube inspire me, and sometimes it's actual, now you're gonna let it dry, yeah. Sometimes it's actual things I see in a grocery store, in a store, any store, that inspire me. See, that first one came out really well, but this one you'll see I bled through, yeah, right off the bat, and some bleeding. Yeah, one side looks perfect. Oh, a little bit, tiny bit, but oh well, I tried. I tried. So, showing you. I really did try to get that to stay down. I think all the sides bled except for one. Just, I had the one side, the very first side I did. Yeah. Yeah. Or maybe just don't try to be so precise with, making sure every little tiny bit of it is covered, especially close to the tape. Oh, I see my little doggy in the back there, telling me that he had to potty. He's silly. He's got to be everywhere I am, all the time. The girl, I have two girls. My border collie lap, she's too old to come downstairs. But Ruby, she's the, excuse me, the female boxer. She likes to come down. She likes to be everywhere I am also. Unless it's late at night, I found. A lot of times I'm down here by myself. If I come down at night, like right now, it's 11 o'clock at night, and I am the only one down here. The whole house is sleeping. But, okay, so I got all four sides done. Oh, look at that. Turned out pretty good. Oh, Got some big bleed through on that one. Oh well, it happened, and I fixed it. I fixed it up pretty good. I just can't remember the colors. I don't know if it'll show it here. Maybe you can pause it and see it. Oh, see, I used one of the pearls though. Martha Stewart, yellowish color. And it looks like the other one's khaki. Yep, it says khaki on top. So at first they didn't match through very well. There I'm testing my colors just to see. So, oh, I used some white. Okay, white and pearl. There we go. The white and the pearl color is, I don't see it right here. See if I can find it real quick here. No. Yep. So I don't remember what color it was. Because I put it away. Something that I've always had a problem with is not putting stuff away when I'm done with it. Then I end up with this big mess of clutter. But I chastised myself. Put the stuff away when you're done. Okay, so the handles. The handles, I was going to put them on the inside, but then I opted out of that and made them for the outside. Then I'm going to take a little piece of some more of the rope, the separated rope, and put over top of it and just run it around to, you know, kind of hold the handles down, or make it so you can't really see the butt of the rope where I put the handles. I thought it was too big, so I made it a little bit smaller. So anyway, thank you for watching. This isn't going to match up right because I did hit the pause on it at one point and moved out one of the videos that repeated itself, so my voiceover is going to be wrong again. I'm sorry about that, but thank you for watching. I really do appreciate it. Please hit the like, please subscribe. Let me know what you think in the comments. I am going to redo the cross video, so stay tuned. I have a couple more really cute projects I did that I'm eager to show, so stick around. Stick around. I hope everybody has a wonderful day, a wonderful week. I can't wait for it to stop being cold. I need sunshine. I need sunlight. I'm depressed. It's so depressing being gloomy outside all the time. And the snow in May, that stuff's just gotta go away. We don't need any more of that stuff. I guess we got one more night of cold and then it's supposed to start warming up again. I hope. I absolutely hope. So, there we go. There's our basket. And thank you so much. See, I did cover up those bleed throughs, and it actually looks pretty good. Alright everybody, thanks for watching. Stay tuned. Put some flowers in there.